Hello everyone, this is Josh with Anime Impact, as you guys always know, and we're going to be going over the new mini box. The new mini box review is here for Empire Scarlet. We are getting some vampire support. Now, we are doing this live stream, so I do apologize if the video takes a little bit longer, but I do hope you guys do enjoy my reviews. As always, I try to always do these when a new box drops. And yes, and this new mini box actually has 3 URs. So yes, there is 3 URs in this mini box because it is slightly bigger than the norm, which we did review that leak some days ago. We weren't sure if it was going to be real or not. Well, it turns out it is, and the vampire support is here. And there's some other cool mixing things we're going to go ahead and talk about. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to bounce in here. We've got currently 10 people watching already. What's up, Robert? How you doing? So I'm just surprised that Konami already leaked the new box. Like I suspected that soon as the World Championships were going to be over, a new box was going to be leaked extremely soon after, and I had a feeling that after this maintenance was going to drop. So I was kind of right in my assessment of when the box was going to come out, and I just kind of knew it was coming. Konami's itching for them money. You know what I'm talking about. They're trying to get them wallets out, man. All them gem nerfs and stuff going on. They want your wallet. They're ready to jump into your wallets. But is the box good enough for your wallet? Well, we're gonna go over that today. We're gonna find out. Yo, what is up, Dave? What's up, Artsfiend? What's up, King? What's up, Ashura? What's up, Brad? Yeah, it's coming out on the 7th. And Funny thing is I actually been saying for the past week that I need to use my gems by the 8th, or I was going to have to go into the old box. I don't know if Konami's been listening, but I know some of you are probably like, no, bro, I don't got the gems for the new box. Please slow down. But it's like, for me personally, this is a good thing because I have to unload a lot of gems by the 8th. So since this box is coming out tomorrow, for me, this is good. This isn't to say it's good for everyone, but for me personally, it's a good thing. Wow, it just said you just started. Yeah, Oscar, we're just now live. Cheyenne, welcome. All right, guys, you know what? Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this review. So, we're starting things off with our first of 3 URs. We got Vampire Scarlet Skirt. So we are getting some zombie vampire support in the game. Pretty exciting. 6-star dark attribute, 2200 attack, 2200 defense. So equal stats across the board there. It is a zombie effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can pay 1000 life points, then target 1 vampire monster in your graveyard except Vampire Scarlet Scourge, special summon it. Now, I like that already because in this game where you have to play quick or play stall to kind of get around like Fur Hire, Amazonis, spell books and stuff like that, decks that are going to be playing quick, Smash Mouth, getting in your face, trying to take you out by turn 2 or 3, whatever. This is really good to be able to special summon a monster from the grave. So this card itself already is promising for a zombie deck because it's allowing you to possibly swarm. So that's a good thing already. But it cannot attack this turn. You can only use this effect of Vampire Scarlet Scourge once per turn. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed any monsters by battle, you can special summon them from the graveyards to your field. Now that is very interesting because you could destroy your opponent's monsters both offensively and defensively. Like if you pop a wall of D and they crash into your Vampire Scarlet, you can still summon their monsters from the grave to your field. That is very interesting. So this card in its own is very good for possible swarming. I like it. That's cool. That's actually not a half bad UR, and the fact that it's got pretty modest stats for both attack and defense, and it's only a single tribute, and we already have cards in the game that can let you special summon a zombie just because, that is good. Like this card with Gazuki could be deadly. So I mean, we'll see. But so far, vampires looking pretty good. I'm kind of legitimately wanting to play some vampires now, definitely. Alright, and you guys saw my leak. We getting Insectors. People are like, you crazy, bro. We ain't getting no Insectors. Here we are. Insector Centipede, the other UR, 3-star Dark Attribute again, 1600 attack, 1200 defense, Insect effect of course. Once per turn, you can equip one Insector monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. If an equipped card, an equipped card or cards is sent to your graveyard while equipped to this card, except during the damage step, you can add one Insector card from your deck to your hand. While this card is equipped to a monster, it its monster level increases by 3. So, Insector beatdown? Are we going to have an insect beatdown meta? Is it going to be a thing? It's all going to depend on how many Insector monsters we actually get in this box and what kind of Insector possible back row support we get as well. If we get anything halfway decent, look out. Insector beatdown could be a thing, guys. Could be a thing. It's pretty cool. Like, insects getting some love, I can get with that. I can get behind that. All right, interplanetary Purply Thorny. Oh my god, I didn't think I was even going to be able to say that word. Wow, it's a tongue twister. Dragon, 5-star Dark Attribute, Dragon effect, 2200 attack, 1100 on the defense. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. So this card is really good to have in your hand, and your opponent activates a Treacherous Trap Pool. Boom. You get a free 2200 attack monster on the field. If you're playing against Noble Knights, this could also be a good card to have in your hand as well. Not bad. And the fact that it's a dragon, it can work within a dragon deck with like Kid Moto and other things like that. So even though it is a 5-star, it's not going to be that hard to summon. And quite frankly, having it in your hand could be a game changer late game when you really need something to be able to protect yourself. And if you have any kind of decent back row, this guy could do some damage. That's actually not a bad card either. I don't really know if that card is worthy of a UR rating. Like, the other two seem a lot better in comparison. This is probably the lesser of the 3, but still nonetheless not bad at all. And I'm a big Dragon fan, so what can I say? And he looks pretty badass in that card art. So moving on to the SRs. Let's go. Yes, it can save you from an OTK indeed, Zier. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I will be getting back to the chat when we're done with the SR. As soon as we get to the rares, I'll stop for about 2 or 3 minutes, catch up with the chat, and then we'll get back into the review. Okay, guys? Vampire Familiar. 1-star Dark Attribute. Of course, it's an SR. 500 attack, 0 defense, zombie effects. We're getting some more zombies here. If this card is special summoned, you can pay 500 life points, add 1 vampire monster from your deck to your hand. So this card's already offering you draw power within a vampire deck, which is really good because you need all the support you can get right now if you're wanting to make a new meta out of something, especially to compete against decks like Furhire and all the other tilt that's already currently available in the game. Except Vampire Familiar, of course. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 vampire card from your hand or face up field to the graveyard. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Vampire Familiar once per turn. So this card kind of can allow you to set up for your next play to get a possible single tribute off, to bring out your Vampire Scarlet Scourge, for example. So this card definitely adds a little bit of value to that deck. Definitely. All right, we got Vampire Retainer. So lots of vampires so far. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So we got a 2-star Dark Attribute, Vampire Retainer, 1200 attack, 0 defense, zombie effect. If this card is special summoned, you can pay 500 life points, add 1 vampire spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 vampire card from your hand or face up from the field to the graveyard. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Vampire Retainer once per turn. So again, it's quite similar to the other card that we just discussed, except this one searches out Vampire Spell and Trap cards. So right now, between the 2 SRs and Vampire Scarlet Scourge, you already are milling your deck like crazy. You're getting special summonings off like crazy. You're able to grab back row. You're able to grab monsters. I mean, it's doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's already looking pretty consistent. That's what I like to see. If you want to match up with Furhire, you need a consistent deck. You need a deck that can just go in there and do what it wants without worrying of bricking too hard or getting bad draws. This deck so far, with the 3 cards we've discussed, are doing just that. I still don't think it's enough yet to match up with Furhire, we're going to go into the spells and traps, and hopefully we can get something else that can really just take the deck up to at least, that tier 1, tier 2 stage and, be feasible and viable in the game. Like, that's what I want to see. So hopefully we get that from this box. But so far, looking pretty good. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so we got our Insector, Giga Mantis, 6-star Dark Attribute. Again, it's an SR, 2400 attack, 0 defense. It's an Insect effect. You can target one face of an Insector monster you control, equip this card from your hand to that target. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's original attack becomes 2400. So you can make a really weak Insector monster an instant 2400 beat stack, which is really, really good. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target one Insector monster in your graveyard except Insector Giga Mantis. Special summon that target. Now, why is that important? If this monster is attached to another Insector monster, and say it gets Treacherous Trap Hold, for example, or even if that monster gets floodgated, well, I guess it wouldn't be able to be floodgated technically. No, it wouldn't be. If it gets Canadia'd, and this monster gets sent to the grave because of that, you can go ahead and special summon another Insector monster besides this monster in your grave. So, again, I'm seeing a lot of special summoning mechanics between the Insector deck and the Vampire deck, and quite frankly, that's what the game needs. It needs a lot of special summoning right now to keep up, again, with Fur Hire. I know we got to keep comparing Fur Hire to everything, but right now it is the top tier meta, the top notch, the most consistent deck. So everything we go through with all these boxes from now until, whenever, we got to keep comparing it. Can it hang with Fur Hire? Can it match up with Fur Hire? At least until Konami does something with Fur Hire, that's what we have to do. But so far, looking pretty good. You can target, all right, we already talked about that. The effect of Insector can only be used once per turn. Okay, so very, very good card. Not bad, not bad. So we got Hammer Bouncer. Another 6-star Earth attribute this time, so we're finally we don't got all dark monsters, thankfully. A warrior effect, 2300 attack, 2000 defense. Stats aren't too shabby for a 6-star monster. I do like that this monster has some defense to go with its attack. If your opponent controls a card and you control no cards, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Now that is pretty cool. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, as long as you control no spell or trap cards, your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards until oh my god! Woo! That... Bruh. Could you imagine running this guy with, like, a lot of Karibos, like a lot of hand trap protection? Imagine this guy with hand trap protection. Wow. Okay. So, when this dude attacks, and you have no back row, your opponent cannot activate any back row. That is pretty crazy. Okay, I like that card. That's pretty nice. And the fact that you can just summon him, if your opponent already controls a monster, you can just put a 2300 beat stick on the field with that effect. That's interesting. That is, wow, okay. Okay. Could you imagine this guy with beatdown? Could you imagine Hammer Bouncer with beatdown? With any other monster on your side of the field, with this guy, with no back row. This dude could be a possible 2600 attack monster, 2900 attack monster, or even a whopping 3200 attack with a beatdown deck. And your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. Holy moly. Wow. This guy with beatdown, man. Woo! Ooh. That is dirty. Alright, Wall of Illusion. Every time I see Wall, I'm like, look out. Alright, Wall of Illusion, 4-star, Dark Attribute, Fiend Effect, 1000 attack, 1850 defense. If this card is attacked by a monster, after damage calculation, return that monster to the hand. So, this is like an amped up version of some of the cards we already have in the game. That is really cool. So, being able to send a monster that attacked this to the hand with that kind of defense, if you think about this monster comboed off with like Spike Shield with Chain and boosting his defense to a retarded number, making him do life point damage to your opponent and making them lose their monster because it goes back to their hand, wow, okay. I like that. I like that. That's a really interesting stall card. And you know I love stall. Wall of Illusion. I got ideas for you, my boy. I've got ideas for you. Oh, I'm already thinking evil thoughts. Okay, let's move on before I go completely evil. All right. Zaborg, the Thunder Monarchs. We're getting some more Monarchs here. Light attribute, 5-star monster, 2400 attack, only 1k defense. Thunder effect. If this card distributes summon, target one monster in the field, destroy that target. So, boom, there you go. I mean, clear as day. It's simple but effective skill. You know, you tribute a monster, bam, destroy a target. That's actually really, really good. And a lot of people have been waiting for like full-on Monarchs. Could you imagine this with like Cyber Style? Zaborg, the Thunder Monarch with Cyber Style. There you go. Get a free proto on the field. Bam. Bring out Zaborg. Bam. You just destroyed a monster on your opponent's side of the field. Hey, why not? Not bad. Not bad. Most of the Monarchs are pretty good, so there ain't really much more I can say about it. It's good. It's good. All right, Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. 2-star, light attribute, Thunder effect, 800 attack, 1000 defense. Bear with me. This effect is pretty long. Oh my. If this card is in your hand, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Also special summon this card, and if you do, special summon one Vassal token, Thunder type light, level 1, attack 800, defense 1000, to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can activate this effect. You can tribute summon a monster during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal summon set this turn. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only use each effect of Mithra, the Thunder Vassal, once per turn. So, if you combo Mithra with Zaborg, you can make some spicy plays. You can make some spicy plays. There you go. There you go. You can also run the trap for Thunders as well, you know, to help you destroy or negate something as well. So, I mean, there could be a Thunder deck outside of just Batteryman in the very near future. We'll have to see. We'll have to play test and have some fun with it, but it could be something. You know, a Thunder Vassal deck. Let's do it. Let's do it, right? All right, anyway, moving on. We got Vampire Kingdom, so some more zombie support here. We got the field spell. Zombie-type monsters. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't say vampire. It says zombie-type monsters gain 500 attack. So that includes Gozuki as well, or even Red-Eye Zombie Dragon. So there you go. I mean, really, really good field spell. During damage calculation only, once per turn, when a card is sent from your opponent's deck to the graveyard, target one card on the field, send one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that target. So, I mean, you could do that, and Gozuki also likes it when you send monsters to the grave. You know, that way when Gozuki gets destroyed, he can activate his effect. So, there you go. I mean, Vampire Kingdom comboed with the other vampire support we got with Gozuki. You can even throw in maybe Red-Eye Zombie just for the lulz. With Spirit, I mean, you got yourself a pretty killer combo right there, honestly. Vampires are actually looking pretty legit. Let's keep going. Alright, we got Bashing Shield. This is an equipped spell card. Equipped only to a normal summon set monster, it gains 1000 attack. You take no battle damage from attacks involving it. Okay, so this instantly just became the best general use equipped spell card in the game. In the game. You gain 1000 attack with no side effect. With no, anything negative. No negative effect to yourself. A lot of the cards we have in the game that are equipped spells that give you 1000 attack, you either lose 500 life points a turn, or your monster's attack gets lowered per turn, or you'll take 1000 damage or have to destroy the card. So this right now just became instantly, so far, the best equipped spell card for generalizing use in the game. And Bashing Shield in a Cerberus farm deck, I'm already looking at that like, that is good. And the fact that you take no battle damage, that is beautiful. That is just beautiful. I like it. Very good. That's a very good equipped spell card. Flash of the Forbidden Spell. Activate only when all of your opponent's monster card zones are occupied by monsters. Destroy all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. What? Wow. Bruh. Let me just chill for a minute. Hold on. Let me breathe for a minute here. This is anti-for hire all day, dude. This is anti-for hire written all over it. If you can somehow get past a first negation of Wiz and then activate Flash of the Forbidden Spell, GG for hires. GG. You're going to say, boof, all gone. Your fur hires are gone. And what deck in the game right now is currently known for being able to fill up their entire monster zones quickly? Fur hire, fur hire, fur hire. And you pop Flash the Forbidden Spell and they can't negate it with Wiz. Good game, my lad. Good game. All right, that is sexy ASF. All right. Woo! All right, guys, we're now into the rares, and don't sleep on the rares. You guys know rares can be very, very good in box sets. If aliens and fur hires and Sylvans have taught you anything, rares can make a difference. So we're going to briefly take a minute or two to pause here so I can go catch up with the chat, give the live stream a little bit of love here, and then we'll get back in and finish off this box review. So hope you guys are enjoying so far. Thank you so much. Make sure you drop a like. All right, let's see how we're doing here in the chat, guys. We've got 135 people watching live. What's up, guys? Thank you all so much for being here. Let me just try and quickly run through the chat a little bit. Zaborg and Mithra are the chase cards for me. There you go, Arsfiend. Absolutely. Those are two very good cards. They can combo off each other very well. Like I said, we could see a Thunder, we could see a new Thunder meta, like a Thunder Vassal meta. Like, why not? All right, let's keep going. There are lowering the amount of packs in main boxes and mini boxes soon. Probably the reason for the gem nerfs. If they do that, Lucky, then it'll make a lot more sense. But I guess we'll have to see, right? Without their Infernity Bear, it may not survive this game for now. I mean, we'll have to play test. We never know. Inzektor limited to TCG, but 3 in Duel Links. Robert. Just introduction. Nice. Weevil intensifies. Nah, I don't think you'd run Inzektors with Weevil. You'd probably definitely want to go with the beatdown build. That seems a lot more devastating. It can kind of really use what the cards can do to their fullest extent. Purple Dragon is my fave dragon. Main reason, long name. Yeah, it can save you from OTK. Yep, 100 pack minis and 180 pack mains. No lowering, just sharing the pain. Laugh aloud. Yo, what's up, Gotex Gaming? My money is ready, says the 7th Lord 7th. You always got the money rolling, bro. Good thing I saved up my gems. Currently around 8,000. Good job, Daniel. Good job. That's Stratus, though. Man, all right. I'm just skimming through some of these guys. I can't get to everybody. They gave us no Cyber Dragon. Yeah, true. Not yet, man. Not yet. Without beatdown, he can't get over a Dyna, and without beatdown, he still can't touch Wiz. So, man, I don't know, Hingle. We'll have to see. We got some cards in here that are anti-for hire, so hopefully something can do something with that. We can match up pretty well. Wall of Illusion seems like staple to do some disruption. Yo, dude, that card, man, I'm a stall player, and that card is going to be going in my deck soon. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That'll be coming soon. I want Mega Zaborg. Is this box going to be meta, or should I wait for 5Ds? Ishino, that's what we're going to find out. We're going to get through the rares, and then I'm going to give you like my final analysis, and then we'll go from there. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, Chronic? When is the relay state? Tomorrow, Dino. Tomorrow. Pulling the bug, normal trap, counter furries. Yep, Shyam. Very good stuff, guys. So, anyways, let's go ahead and go through the rares now. We got Vampire Vamp. 7-star, Dark Attribute, Zombie Effect, 2,000 attack and defense. So, again, more of that very good, equalized statistics across the board, which I do like that. I'm not a big fan of monsters that have, like, low defense. Not right now anyway, especially with Canadia running around. People still utilizing 2 econs pretty much and Floodgate. So, I mean, it's going to be easier to get over your monster if they're in defense. So, I'm glad to see some of these monsters actually have some defensive that's worth mentioning. So anyway, once per turn, when this card or a vampire monster is normal summoned, So see, it says once per turn when this card or a vampire monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, which basically means if this card has been already on your field and you got her effect off the first time, the next turn if you summon another vampire monster, you can get this effect off again. That's pretty cool. Except for Vampire Orcus or Vampire Koala, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls whose attack is higher than this card's, equip it to this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. Oh my god, you can suck a Dyna. You can suck a Dyna. Yo, you can suck a Dyna, bro. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped with a card by this effect, special summon this card from your graveyard so that she can resummon herself, my boy. Oh my. Yo, Vampire Vamp. Damn. Not only does she look good, she is good. Damn. I think the only drawback to her is she's a 7-star monster. That is literally her only drawback. But then again, like I said, there's so many ways in a zombie deck to special summon any level of zombie very easily. With Gozuki, with the continuous spell card, there's a lot of variations and options to get this card on the field. And holy shit, you could suck a Dyna and make her a 4,500 attack monster. 4,500. 4,500, and then if she's destroyed with an equipped monster attached to her, she comes back. Damn. That is some spicy tilt right there. Wow. Woo! Alright. We got Insector, Hopper, 4-star, Dark Attribute again. Insect effect, 1,700 attack and 1,400 defense. Once per turn, you can equip one Insector monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 4. Wow. So again, Insector beatdown, guys. Don't sleep on it. Oh my god. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard. The monster it was equipped to can attack your opponent directly this turn. Other monsters cannot attack the turn you activate. So you could possibly throw in a late game OTK or a finishing blow with Insector Hopper on top of the fact that, again, it works with beatdown. Like, holy crap, beatdown is getting a major boost with Insector right now. It already had a really good deck in, of course, Destiny Heroes beatdown. We also got, of course, Fur Hire beatdown, and now we might get Insector beatdown. So, I mean, hey, hey now. All right, we got Swallowtail Butterspy, 4-star Dark Attribute, Warrior Effect, 1,800 attack, 1,200 defense. When another monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses attack equal to the battle damage inflicted. Now that is interesting because, again, I feel like a lot of these cards are intended to kind of try and nerf or at least mitigate some of the consistency that a Fur Hire deck has. Because if you think about this, if you destroy another monster in the field, you can then lower another monster's attack, which, of course, that would only work against a deck that's running multiple monsters at a time, like Fur Hire. So, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. So, you're going to attack the weaker monster, do as much damage as possible, and then lower the other monster's attack by that much, where it could be almost down to 0 or very close to it, depending on how much damage you dealt. So, very interesting. I don't know if this card will see much play, though. I mean, it just kind of seems like it's just kind of a random throw-in. It doesn't seem like it really matches up with any of the other current archetypes that we've discussed, like Insector or Vampire, quite yet. We'll keep looking through the rares, though. I mean, it is a Warrior-type monster, so you could run that with a Joey Wheeler deck. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we got Moonlit Papillon. Papillon, I'm just going to call it Moonlit Pap. Let's go. 4-star. Light Attribute, Insect again, effect, 1,200 attack, 1,600 defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Butterspy monster from your deck. Okay, so Moonlit works with Swallowtail. Okay, I'm starting to see a little bit here. So this is more or less not an actual monster type archetype. This is more or less just an actual, I don't know, I guess you could call it like a toolbox deck. It seems like, because, you know, we're going from Insect and Warrior, so, okay. I mean, I can see it. Pretty interesting. And thank you so much, Zero, for that $5 donation, my boy. Holy shit, they just announced in-game all new main boxes will be 180 packs, and all new mini boxes are 100 packs. So we're alright. So we're going from. They didn't change anything, bro. They didn't change anything. Guys, we're going from 200 packs and 80 packs to 180 and 100. But if you add them both up, it's still 280 packs to go through both of those types of boxes one time. So really, it's not that big of a difference. The only thing that's big with this change is now we're going to get 3 UR in a mini box, and maybe we'll get less URs to have to go through the main box. That might be the biggest change, but that's interesting. That is an interesting concept. That still doesn't really tell me why they nerfed all the gems, though. That doesn't really... You're not spending less gems to get into either of those boxes. You're spending more now to get into a mini and a little bit less on a main, but it still evens out to where it was before. So, yeah, I'm still not seeing why all the gem nerfs were there. I mean, it's definitely an interesting concept. I think they're trying to balance out people spending money on both boxes and not skipping all the mains. So I can kind of see what they're trying to do. But at the end of the day, it still kind of evens itself out. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's different, but it's weird. All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That does hurt the free-to-plays because now they gotta go. They gotta go more into the mini boxes now. That is absolutely a good point. So we got another Notoria monster. I remember when Notoria beatdown was a thing. It was beautiful. It was free-to-play. It was crazy good. Is that gonna make a comeback? I don't expect it to. Maybe when we get synchros. Maybe, you know, Notoria with Notoria Synchros, or maybe with Black Rose Dragon, maybe. I mean, that could be a thing. I don't know. We'll see, because we got Rose Lover and stuff like that. So, I mean, hey, it could happen. But let's go ahead and read what this card can do. Notoria, Horn Needle, or you can call it Natura. Honestly, guys, you can't go wrong either way. 4-star Earth Attribute, 1800 attack, 100 defense, insect effect. When your opponent special summons a monster, you contribute 1 face-up Notoria monster you control, except this card, to destroy the special summon monster. Okay. 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 So if you're able to swarm with your own Notoria monsters on turn 1, right? On turn 1, and then you play against Fur Hires, and then they bring out a Beat or whatever, a Dampa or whatever may have you, and they go to special summon their monster, you can nuke it. You can just instantly nuke it and just hope and pray that they don't have the quick play spell in their hand. Just hope they don't have the quick play spell in their hand or an econ, and you're basically just going to nuke it. So, I mean, that could be a thing. That's a pretty cool skill, but I don't like it because it's still a 1-for-1. I'm more of a fan of getting the advantage. Like, I want board control. I don't want to waste my monsters to get rid of your monster. I want to be able to keep my monsters and still get rid of your cards. I want to make you have a minus, not a 1-for-1. So I'm not really too sold on the effect, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good nonetheless, but I still don't see it bringing Notoria's back. I just don't see it. Maybe once Synchros drop, like I said with Black Rose Dragon, Rose Lover, make like a plant-style Synchro deck. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. But then again, you might want to run Sylvans with that anyhow. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's keep going. We got Cyber Ogre, 5-star Earth Attribute, Machine Effect, 1900 attack, 1200 defense. Guys, this tells you a lot about where we are in Duel Links than where we were about this time last year. We're getting 1900 beat stick monsters that are like 4 and 5 stars, opposed to like back in the day when a 1700 attack monster was a UR. Do you guys remember those days? 1700 attack UR from the first main box. Man, oh man. Now we are here where you're getting 1800, 1850, 1900, 4 and 5 star monsters. It's just crazy. It just tells you a lot about how the game has changed. But anyhow, by discarding this card from your hand to the graveyard, negate 1 battle involving a Cyber Ogre on your side of the field, and it gains 2000 attack until the end of this next battle phase. This effect can be activated during either player's turn. Wow. Wow. Holy cow. So if you can get this guy out, I mean, he has a 5-star with low attack, but if you have another one in your hand, this dude can become a 3900 attack beast. Like, wow. That's pretty cool. It's interesting, though. It's interesting. You would have to figure out a way to consistently get your tribute off to get them out initially, and then still be able to get another one of them in your hand to be able to pull this combo off, though. So, I don't know. I think it might be too situational, making it not all that good. But the fact that it is a machine, there is some back row for machine, like pulse mines and stuff like that, that could buy you enough time to be able to possibly pull this off. And boy, oh boy, would it be some cool-ass cheese play to make a 1900 monster go to 3900. Like, wow. Your opponent would be like, what? That'd be pretty crazy, but it does seem a little situational to me. But hey, I know somebody will pull it off. So we got Haiti Hane. 5-star Earth Attribute, Beast, Flip Effect, 900 attack, 1000 defense, Flip. You can return up to 3 monsters on the field to the owner's hand. 3, man. Up to 3. So you can select 1, 2, or 3 of your opponent's monsters. Send them bad boys back to your opponent's hand. Wow. Now, it is a single tribute, but holy crap, man. If you're running a stall deck and you can get Haid Haney on the field and then even somehow make it to where you can put him face down to use his effect again, oh, man. Okay. That could be an extremely tilty card. How many people would be running Furhire, bro, and just crash into this monster face down, thinking it's something else, and then bam, they pop that Haiti Hane, and he's like, get the freak back in your hand. All of y'all gotta go. Oh, man, that would be insane. Haiti Hane with Endless Trap Hell. You can use Canadias for the single tributes or even trap monsters. There you go. I just made you guys a deck. A nice stall deck right there. I gave you guys the idea. Make it happen. So now we got Goblin Decoy Squad. 4-star Dark Attribute. Warrior Effect. 1000 attack. No defense. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can draw 1 card. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. This card's battle position cannot be changed until the end of your next turn, except with a card effect. Ugh. I mean, it gives you that draw power if you inflict battle damage, but I mean, look at its attack power, for crying out loud. It works kind of like Submarine Roid, that when it's done attacking, it can go back in the defense position, except it'll be stuck in defense position, and it can't attack directly, and it also has no defense. So this is like a worse Submarine Roid. This is like a worse version. The only thing this card has that Submarine Roid doesn't is the whole draw 1 card factor, but since it can't attack directly and it has low attack, this just seems like a bad card to me. Soul Exchange with Haid Hane. I mean, hey, that's true, Lucky. You could totally pull that off, bro. You could totally pull that off. But, yeah, this card, I don't know. It doesn't seem that great to me. A random hero? What? A random fusion hero in here. Elemental Hero, Necroid, Shaman. 6-star Dark Attribute. A lot of Dark Attributes in this box set. Holy cow. 1900 attack, 1800 defense. Pretty terrible stats, but let's see what its effect can do. Warrior Fusion Effect. Elemental Hero, Wild Heart, plus Elemental Hero, Necro Shade. Must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. When this card is special summoned, target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy that target. Then special summon 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard to their side of the field. Ew. Like, I liked it at first when it said, hey, you could destroy a monster. But then when you have to choose one from their graveyard to put it back on their field, and with this monster having so terrible stats for being a fusion monster, ugh. Ugh. We'll just skip that. We'll go to the next one. Cyber Ogre number 2. We got a 7-star Earth Attribute, Machine Fusion Effect, Cyber Ogre plus Cyber Ogre, 2600 attack, 1900 defense, so a lot better stats than the other one. A fusion summon of this monster can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. When this card attacks, it gains attack equal to half the attack of the attack target. Wow! So this guy can easily touch over the 3K marks. Easily. Wow. Now, of course, that only gets calculated when he attacks, not when he's being attacked. So if somebody attacks you, he's not going to gain that attack power. He's just going to stay at 2600. But still, man, if you're playing on the offensive, and this guy is sitting at 2,600, and you fight even just a 1,000 attack monster, this guy is going to get over 3K. He's going to be at 3,100. If you're fighting a 2,000 attack monster, this guy is going to be at 3,600. If you're fighting like a 4K attack monster, this dude is going to be at 4,600. Okay, pretty interesting. I don't see it seeing too much play because you still got to run polymerization and all that good stuff. And you guys know how fusion decks just aren't doing too well in Duel Links outside of Anki. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really see it seeing too much use, but could be a fun little tilt deck. Fun little tilt deck you see here and there pop up. All right, we got Vampire's Desire spell card. Activate one of these effects. Target one face-up monster you control. Send one vampire monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different level from that monster. And if you do, the target monster becomes the level of that monster sent to the graveyard until the end of this turn. Target one vampire monster in your graveyard. Send one monster you control to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon the targeted monster. So you could actually use that to swap out a weaker vampire to bring out a stronger one. You can only activate one Vampire's Desire per turn. So yeah, so this is adding more to the other vampire support we gotten in this box, like Vampire Scarlet Scourge. You could easily bring her out with this card. Again, it's just more support for vampires and more special summoning mechanics that, you know, a lot of decks lack to be able to hang with Furhire. So really, this is an overall good card. So vampires are actually looking like the archetype to chase in this box set. And Zektor is still looking really good with that beatdown deck. We even got some new stall cards. So, I mean, so far the box is looking a hell of a lot better than the last box. Battery Man and Madolchi were kind of fun. They're good YouTube decks, whatever. You know, you could tell some people. Battery Man had some potential. I think they just came a little bit too late. And Madolchi were just missing their really, really good 3 cards to really just tear up the game. So in comparison, this box so far is looking a lot better. And the fact that it's a mini box, even though it is 100 packs now instead of 80, it's still a lot lower than 200 or even 180. So definitely this box is looking like something that you guys might want to invest into, because I feel from what I'm seeing and what I've read so far, vampires look pretty damn good. They don't look OP like, oh my god, they're not going to set the world on fire. They may not be completely better than Furhire, but from what I can tell, they might be able to match up pretty well with Furhire, and they're looking pretty good so far. And we haven't even finished the box yet, so let's keep going. And Zektor Sword, Zect Caliber. Jesus. Equip spell card. Equip only to an Exector monster. It gains 800 attack and defense. When this face-up card on the field is sent to the graveyard, target one Exector monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Wow, what a good spell card, actually. Dang, nice. Berserk Scales. Quick play. Our first quick play of the box. Target one face-up monster you control except a monster that is attacking directly. It gains 1,000 attack. Also, it cannot attack your opponents directly for the rest of this turn. During the end phase of this turn, it loses 2,000 attack. So you have to be extremely careful with Berserk Scales. Do you know what Berserk Scales should be used on? There's one card that comes to mind right now that could be an ultimate burn card. Amazoness Swordswoman with Berserk Scales. Think about it, guys. You can make that 1,500 attack monster become 2,500. Rush in, not caring what the back row traps are. Just rush in, attack, do some damage possibly, destroy a monster, whatever. And then her attack goes to 0. Which is what you want. You want an Amazoness Swordswoman in attack position with 0 attack. So Berserk Scales, Amazoness Swordswoman, I can see it. I can see it. It makes perfect sense. It's a match made in heaven right there. There you go. Another tilty deck idea for you guys. Dang. All right. Pyramid of Wonders. Continuous spell card. All zombie type monsters you control gain 200 attack for each monster your opponent controls. So a total of up to 600 boost, of course. If exactly one zombie type monster you control and no other cards will be destroyed, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. So this card even has protection. Wow. And it's not just vampire. It's all zombies. So this is giving you, I mean, it is going to take up one of your 3 back row slots, but it does give you protection. It gives you protection, and it gives you an attack boost. Wow. And if you combine that with, like, Bones' field spell skill, ooh, man. You can have some strong zombies on the field. Some strong zombies. And if you add this on with the SR field spell for vampires, whoo! That attack boost is looking pretty crazy. I could see this card actually being ran in a zombie or even a vampire deck. I can actually see maybe 1 copy, maybe 2 copies of this being ran in a deck, because it offers protection. It's not just a continuous spell card that just sits there wasting space. You know, it has a good effect here and there, but it might not be useful during the full game. This card would be useful the entire game. It's going to give you attack boost, and it's going to give you monster protection. That's perfect. If I'm going to use a continuous card, I'd want it to be like this. I'd want it to give me either a good effect on my monsters to help me gain board control, to make it worth the spot that it's wasting and using up, and the fact that it offers me protection just is an added bonus. So, I mean, this card, not bad, especially for a rare. I'll take it. Not a bad continuous spell card. Probably one of the better continuous spell cards I can think of right now, honestly. Not bad. Alright, we got Vampire Takeover. Now, of course, spoiler alert, the good vampire traps are not in this game right now. They are not in this box. They may come later, but they are not in this box yet. And I'm talking about the good ones that just came out recently. When, like, Sky Strikers and Furhire dropped. The ones that could just nuke the field. Those are not in the game yet. And if they were, I would probably say vampires were top meta, period. But they're not in the game yet. Just wanted to throw that out there in case some people ask in the comment section below or whatever when they watch later. But yeah, those are not in here. But if they were, holy crap, vampires would be just insane. If you have no card in your field zone, and all face-up monsters you control, minimum 1, are zombie type, activate 1 Vampire Kingdom directly from your deck. Then you can special summon 1 dark vampire monster from your graveyard in a face-up defense position. What? Holy schnitzels, man. Vampire Takeover. You can grab Vampire Kingdom field spell card straight from your deck, put that in your hand, add that sucker to the field, and then special summon 1 dark vampire from your graveyard. It goes in defense position, but if you use this in your end phase, woo! You're going to be set up because you're going to have Vampire Kingdom in your hand. You're going to have a monster in defense position, and then you can get out your other stronger vampires like Vampire Scarlet at the start of your next turn. Put your field spell down. You're now in a lot of control there. I mean, wow, that's a crazy good spell or trap card. Damn. Wow, okay. Vampires, man, damn. They looking good. Target 1 face-up and Zektor monster you control. Equip this card to that target. It gains 500 attack and defense when exactly 1 Zektor monster you control is targeted by a card effect, except during the damage step. You can send this equipped card to the graveyard and negate that effect. So this is another card to kind of get around Treacherous Trapple. And one of Furhire's biggest weapons right now, besides Wiz and the Dyna Lock and being able to special summon constantly and get Dombus effect off, is they have that one deadly back row, and that is Treacherous Trap Hole that they can utilize to the fullest. And cards like this are kind of trying to maybe help negate that slightly, or at least get around it, make it more manageable. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's another good quality rare. It's like, this card is a good quality rare that you can run with your vampire deck. I can actually see people running this in their main vampire deck that they're actually trying to climb PvP with. I can also see Inzektor decks actually running at least 1 or 2 copies of Inzektor Orb to try and get around those Treacherous Trapple plays and other, shenanigans that are going on. So I could see it. These are actually some pretty quality rares that are actually supporting their new archetypes that are introduced in this box set. So that's good. I like that there's a little bit of love from the top tier to the lower tier rarity cards in this box set. You're getting a little bit of good URs for the archetype, you're getting some good SRs for the archetypes, and you're getting some good rares. So that's how I want to see every box be, but we all know that's not going to happen every time. But still, many boxes are still seemingly going pretty strong with quality over the course of the past few months. They've just been doing exceptional. All right, anyways, Cyber Shadow Gardna. Continuous trap card. I actually saw this card a couple days ago when I was looking around for some cyber support, and we did not get the cyber monster that we needed that can actually grab this from your deck. It can grab any spell or trap cyber cards. We do not have that cyber dragon available to us yet, but that card would be great with this card. It might be in here as a rare. We haven't looked all the way through the cards yet, but that card with this card would be exceptional. But basically, this is basically a trap monster, you know. Let's see. We'll read it out anyway. Activate only during your opponent's main phase. After activation, special summon this card. It is treated as an effect monster card, machine type, earth, level 4, attack and defense, question marks. This card is still treated as a trap card. If this card is selected as an attack target, the attack and defense of this card becomes the attack and defense of the attacking monster. This card is set in the spell and trap zone during your opponent's end phase. So, if you guys are like me, and you always want to run stall, you want to just make your opponent frustrated, make them make mistakes, make them suffer like Konami makes us suffer, Cyber Shadow Garna is going to be probably one of the more premier stall cards for a while, because this bad boy will match whatever I almost said Pokemon. It will match any monster that attacks it in attack and defense statistics. So that is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Very, very good stall card. But like I said, if we had the other Cyber Dragon support, this card could actually be in that deck because it could actually be searched out because it is a Cyber card. But we don't have that right now, so it is what it is. But hey, still a good stall card. Vampire Grimson. Instead of Crimson, which a lot of you probably think it should say, but it's Grimson. 5-star Dark Attribute. We are now in the normal rarities, by the way, guys. Whew, almost at the finish line. My throat's feeling it. 2,000 attack, 1,400 defense, zombie effect. If a monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can pay 1,000 life points for each monster that would be destroyed. Instead, you must protect all of your monsters that would be destroyed if you use this effect. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed any monsters by battle, you can special summon them from the graveyard to your field. So this card has just perfect protection against Treacherous Trapple. Just perfect. But it will cost you a lot of life points. It's going to be 1,000 life points per monster you protect. So keep that in mind. If they nuke 2, you're going to lose 2,000. If they nuke 3, you're going to lose 3,000. So you definitely want to be cautious when using her effect or his effect, or I think it's a girl because it looks like she's wearing a skirt. So yeah, it's going to cost you, but hey, it could still save you some games to keep you from getting OTK'd. And again, it is a normal rarity, so I mean, its rarity makes sense with its effect because it is a very costly effect indeed. All right. Insector Ladybug, 2-star Dark Attribute, Insect Effect, 500 attack, 100 defense. Once per turn, you can equip one Insector monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 2. Also, it gains attack and defense equal to this card's attack and defense, which this card's attack and defense is pretty bad. That's why it's a normal rarity. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard to target one face-up monster you control, increase that target's level by up to 2. So this is definitely more on the lower end of the Insector Ladybug support that we've had today, but still, hey, it's another Insector. Oh, speaking of the devil, here was another one. Insector Ant. This man trying to play like he's Ant-Man. 3-star Dark Attribute, Insect Effect, 200 attack, 600 defense. Once per turn, we already know what that effect does. Let's skip that. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 3. Also, it gains attack and defense equal to this card's attack and defense. If this equipped monster will be destroyed, you can destroy this equipped card instead. So again, it's another lower tier Insector card that we have. Insector Earwig. 4-star Dark Attribute, 1,000 attack and defense, Insect Effect. I'm not going to read the first effect because it's the same for all of them. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster gains attack and defense equal to this card's attack and defense. So you gain 1,000 plus on each. When this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, that monster this card was equipped to gains 1,000 attack until the end phase. So honestly, I feel like this card is a lot more viable and valuable than these two right here. Because getting that additional 1,000 attack and defense, and then when it gets removed from the field in any way and put into the graveyard, it gives your monster that it was attached to 1,000 attack still until the end of phase. That could be clutch. Again, this is if you're running like an extremely budget build in Zektor, of course. But still, that's a lot better than the other two for sure. Wow. Okay, in Zektor Giga Cricket, we got 5-star Dark Attribute. Insect effect again, 2,000 attack, 1,300 defense. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one insect type monster from your graveyard to target one face up. Yeah, we already know that. This effect of Insector Giga Cricket can only be used once per turn. While this card is equipped to a monster, the monster's original attack becomes 2,000, and if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So, again, this could be used in the beatdown variant. If you're running a beatdown Insector, this could be another card you could throw in there. It'll make whatever monster it's equipped to 2,000 attack with piercing damage, and then of course if you add on to it, if you're running it in beatdown, it'll be a 2,300, 2,600, or 2,900 attack with piercing damage. So beatdown with Insector definitely seems really cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Phantom Bouncer, 6-star Dark Attribute again. Wow, there's so many Dark Attributes in this box set. Holy cow! If this card is on the field if this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 Bouncer cards from your deck to your hand. So this card has massive draw power. It's a warrior effect, 2,400 attack and 1,200 defense too. So it's a single tribute, and it's not too bad because it says if this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, it doesn't say that it has to be destroyed by card effect or by battle. It could be by either one. You can add 2 Bouncer cards from your deck to your hand. So lots of draw power there. And its stats, 2,400 attack for a 6-star, not too shabby. Especially for a normal rarity card. Not a bad card, honestly. I'm surprised it's actually not a rare. It's actually not that bad. Blade Bouncer. So here's some more Bouncer, baby. Woo! 4-star Earth Attribute, 1,800 attack, 1,400 defense, warrior effect. Once per turn, if this card attacks and your opponent controls a monster at the end of the damage step, you can discard 1 card. This card can attack an opponent's monster once again during the battle phase. So you can basically attack twice with this guy. Okay. Actually, yeah, it's once per turn. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. So, got some Bouncer deck going here. We got Phantom Bouncer, we got Blade Bouncer, and we also had the Bouncer, Hammer Bouncer. That's the SR. So, okay. Alright, we got Morpho, Butter Spy, 4-star Dark Attribute again. Holy crap, the Dark Attributes. Warrior effect, 1,200 attack, 1,600 defense. Once per turn, when the battle position of an opponent's monster or monsters is changed, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters. It loses 1,000 attack and defense. Wow. Wow, okay. Okay, so this would be a really good card to use with an Econ. Or even a, what's the other card I'm thinking of right now? Windstorm. Or Curse of Anubis. Or, anything that puts your opponent in a different battle position, but still keeping it face up so you can get this effect off. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, Notoria Spider Fang. I like that name, but I'm not really liking the chibi spider design. Okay. It's a spider with honeycombs for legs. And it has, like, weeds or whatever for its teeth. It looks really weird. Okay. It's got them gloomy looking eyes too. It looks sad. It needs a hug. Or it needs a fly to eat. I don't know. 4-star Earth Attribute. Insect effect. 2,100 attack. 400 defense. This card cannot declare an attack unless your opponent activates a spell trap or a monster effect. So they have to activate something for this bad boy to attack. But I will say this. It could still be a 2,100 attack wall that you can throw out there for the Notoria beatdown deck. Could you imagine just throwing a 2,100 attack Notoria monster on the field and it's just chilling there? 2,100 attack. That's not too bad for a 4-star monster. I mean, it could be useful. It could act as a wall. It doesn't necessarily have to attack. It can just be a good defensive block just chilling right there and with 2,100 attack, trying to keep your opponent at bay a little bit. But I don't know. Poor Notoria. They didn't really get too much love here. Notoria White Oak, 4-star Earth Attribute again, plant effect, 1,800 attack, 1,400 defense. When this card is targeted by an opponent's card effect, You can send this face-up card you control to the graveyard to special summon 2 level 4 or lower Notoria monsters from your deck. They cannot declare an attack and are destroyed during the end phase. This, I don't know. I'm not really, nah. It's like, it saves you from an OTK, is what it does. It saves you from getting completely obliterated in one turn. But you're losing a lot of resources. You're losing a lot of monsters. I don't know. Maybe if you're running Powerful Rebirths, like 3 copies of Powerful Rebirths, and you got a couple set, and you activate that effect, and you get 2 more level 4s out that you want, and then you can bring them back with Powerful Rebirth. I mean, you could do something like that. That would be okay. But I just, you know, It's not great. It's not great. All right, we got Witch's Apprentice. 2-star, Dark Attribute again. Spellcaster effect. 550 on both stats. As long as this card remains face up on the field, increase the attack of all dark monsters by 500 points and decrease the attack of all light monsters by 400 points. So basically, you can boost all your darks by 500. This card probably won't see much play at all if played ever. I think we're way past the 500 boost monster meta right now. That used to be a thing way back in the day with like Starboy. You guys remember Starboy meta with Mako? With Hammer Shark? Yeah, those days. We miss those days. Alright, Dread Scythe, Harvester. I believe he's an 8-star. Wind attribute, insect effect. 2300 attack, 1600 stats. So, stats aren't too good for an 8-star monster, but let's see what his effect can do. You contribute 1 insect type monster to have this card gain 500 attack. Nah, that card's trash. Trash! Greed Quasar. Another 8-star monster, I believe. No, this one's 7. Dark attribute. Fiend effect. Question mark attack and defense. This card's original attack and defense are each equal to its level times 300. This monster's level is increased by the level of monsters it destroys by battle. Nani? New farm? New farm card? Bruh. I see it in my mind right now. Greed Quasar. New farm card. Bro. Every time it destroys a monster, its level is going to increase, gaining an additional 300 attack. And defense. Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, we already got cards that can already gain like 300, 500, whatever for destroying a monster. But that would be just pretty cool to see how high of a level you can get Greed Quasar in a farm attempt. I think I might actually have to make a farm deck with Greed Quasar because I'm curious, how high can I get his level? I just want to see how high can I get this boy's level. I'm very curious. That's pretty cool. That's a very interesting farm card right there. Okay, I feel you. Yeah, guys, I'll be getting back to the chat and do my closing statements right after I'm done and reviewing the rest of these normal rarity cards. I'm not ignoring you guys. I do appreciate you being here, and I love you all so much. Just wanted to get that out there. So we got Vampire's Domain, continuous spell card. Now, this is the card, I believe. No, the Vampire's Kingdom was one that the other one can bring out. This is Vampire's Domain. I just didn't want to get them confused. Once per turn, you can pay 500 life points during your main phase this turn. You can normal summon 1 vampire monster in addition to your... Like, right there you go. Right there you go. Another good card to bring out your strong vampires with all their great effects. My goodness. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only gain this effect once per turn. Each time your vampire monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, gain the same amount of life. Oh my god. Dude, vampires. Oh, they are sucking me dry right now. In a good way. You guys know what I'm talking about. Damn. Woo. Vampires, man. Whew. And look, it's another time. Look, this has happened the entire video. Check this out, guys. We followed up a good UR vampire monster with a good UR insector monster. Then we followed up a good SR vampire with a good SR insector. And then we followed up a good rare vampire trap card with a good rare trap card for insector. And now we're following up a good normal spell rarity card here for a good Inzektor normal rarity spell card. Are you kidding me? You following the pattern here, guys? Like, what? Tell me they didn't do that on purpose. You know they did. Send 5 face-up Inzektor cards you control to the graveyard. Destroy all cards your opponent controls. Also, during the battle phase of this turn, your opponent cannot activate monster effects that activate in the hand or graveyard. Damn. I don't think that one's very good, though. I think this is where you're really seeing how good vampires are compared to Inzektor, because this final injection, you got to send basically 5 of the 6 possible cards, well, 7 if you include a field spell, to the grave to nuke your opponent's board. This might be a good late game card if you have full board control and you got options in your hand. Actually, no. No. Scratch that. I just realized Inzektor, with all their great equip card effects, if they're sent to the grave, you can do a lot of shenanigans with special summoning and bringing other monsters back from the grave, putting them on the field, and draw power and all kinds of other shenanigans. Actually, running 1 copy of this in your deck, 1, I don't think you need 2. That could be bricky, but if you ran 1 copy of this card, you could really do some ultimate cheese to your opponent. You could clear their field, activate some of your equipped spell / monster Inzektors, and do some crazy shenanigans. Actually, now, when I think about it again, that's actually, wow, okay. Damn, a lot of cheese plays you could do in this box set, man. A lot of cheesy decks. Alright, we got a field spell, extra net. If a monster or monster is a special summon from the extra deck, the opponent of the player that conducted the special summon can apply this effect, draw 1 card. So, you're not going to see that too much until we get Synchros, because right now Anki is really the only thing that's coming out of the extra deck right now in the meta. But when we get Synchros, extra net could be pretty crazy. Alright, Crossbreed. You sick. Alright, banish 2 monsters from your hand or face up from the field with the same original type and attribute but different names. Add 1 monster with the same original type and attribute as those monsters but a different name from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Crossbreed per turn. So this is like a really terrible card. If you were already running like a Gear Guy deck, for example, and you're not going to run Crossbreed because you are going to run your UR spell card. It's kind of like left my brain for some reason. I don't know why. Tides of the Brethren. Wow. I couldn't think of it, guys. It was like I had a brain fart. But yeah, Tides of the Brethren, so much superior to this card. And now we got Variable Form. It's a continuous trap card. I like that artwork. Looks pretty dope. Once per turn, you can activate 1 of these effects. Target 2 face-up Inzektor monsters you control. Equip 1 to the other. Target 1 Inzektor monster you control that is an equip card. Special summon that target in face-up defense position. Okay, so it's more Inzektor support. Not bad. I don't know if people would run that one that often, though, because that card is a bit bricky. It kind of clogs your back row a little bit, not really giving you the effects that you would really want from a card that's clogging your back row. So I don't know if anyone would really run that often. Anyways, you got By Road Sacrifice. Activate only if a monster on your side of the field is destroyed by battle. Special summon 1 Cyber Ogre from your hand. Huh. So they're really trying to push for that Cyber Ogre deck, but the problem is we only got what, 3? We only got 1 Cyber Ogre? Yeah, I think we only got 1 Cyber Ogre, and you can. I guess we got Cyber Ogre and Cyber Ogre 2. I don't think we got much more than that, though, honestly. I don't think we got much more outside of that. So that could be a deck maybe they play around with more in the future, which you might want to might want to watch out for Cyber Ogre. We might be getting some more support for Cyber Ogre, maybe some more Cyber Ogre monsters. I'm not familiar with the Cyber Ogre archetype. I don't know if there's more than Cyber Ogre and Cyber Ogre 2. There might be a whole bunch of monsters that work with it. I don't know. But, the effects that we read were pretty good. The trap, even here, seems pretty decent with it. I just don't think we got enough of it in this box set for it to be viable. But if we get more, it definitely seems like a very interesting deck, to say the least. Alright, Pulling the Rug. Counter trap card. Negate the activation and effect of an effect monster whose effect activated when a monster was normal summoned, even itself, and destroy. Whoop! Whoop! Oh, let me read this again. Negate the activation and effect of an effect monster whose effect activated when a monster was normal summoned, even itself, and destroy the effect monster. So this won't touch Fur Hire exactly, will it? Well, actually, no, it will, won't it? Because you will normal summon your Fur Hire and activate its effect. But this is saying it only negates a monster's effect that's activated when a monster was normal summoned. So this would work on like maybe a Witch Raider, something that activates automatically when it's summoned, not something that you can choose to activate. I don't think this will work on Fur Hire. I'm sure you guys in the comment section will tell me, and the people here in the chat. I don't think that'll work on Fur Hire. Yeah, that's what I thought, guys. I didn't think it did. I did not think it did. Because Fur Hires don't actually activate when they are summoned. They can activate after they're summoned. So, pulling the rug, it could have been good, some time ago for certain monsters that instantly were summoned and do some bullshit. But, it's just, And we are finally done. We finally reviewed every single card. My throat is shot. I hope you guys appreciate that full in-depth review of every single card. We even talked about some suggestions and stuff like that to use with some of these cards. What we thought about with some of the new archetypes like Vampire can do, what Insector can do. We got some new stall cards. We actually got quite a few new stall cards I'm very interested in trying out as well. Now, you guys are probably wondering, the big question of the day, is the box worth going into? All right, here is my honest 110% honesty with you guys, because I'm always 110% honest with you guys. If you have Fur Hire, if you have Spellbooks, if you have Amazoness Endless Trap Hell, if you have full-on Noble Knights, or even Gear Gaia, or any of those other, top or lower tier meta, do you go into this box? If you are a pay-to-win player, nothing I say is going to matter. You're going to go into this box anyway. Just because you're a card collector and you want to support the game, you want to get these new cards and play around with them, great. But if you are on a budget, if you are a casual player or a free-to-play player that doesn't have enough time to farm up gems or is low on gems because you are free-to-play and you're running out of resources, do you go into this box? I would probably tell you no. I'm honestly going to tell you no. Vampires look amazing. They look beautiful. Insector with Beatdown looks great. As a casual player, it's 50-50 you can touch this box, because Vampire, I feel, could be meta. I feel like it is going to be meta. It just has a lot of good things going for it. Insector with Beatdown could be a lower tier meta. Absolutely. But do either of these decks completely obliterate or match up perfectly with Fur Hire? No. Can they? Down the road, yes. But do you want to gamble your gems? Now, if you're like me and you're in a situation where you need to spend gems now because you have too many saved up, then yeah, you're going to go into this box. I'm definitely going to be opening up all the packs I can in this box. I will get 3 copies of every card in this box because I need to get my gems gone. So yes, you will see me pulling in this box. But if you are not in my situation and you're still saving up gems, I would recommend, honestly, from a YouTuber to my fans and subscribers, giving you all honesty here, I would say skip this box. Vampires look amazing, like I said. I'm not going to discredit this box. This box is good. It's just if you have Amazoness Trap Hell, if you have Fur Hire, you're still fine. You're still very much alive and strong in the current meta. You do not need to go and invest into this box. Unless you want to go in here for particular cards that you're looking for. If you're a big fan of Vampires, all that good stuff, I can see it. If you're paid to win, I can see it. But, I'm here to be honest with you guys. I'm not trying to sell you boxes, even though I should, because I'm a YouTuber, and that's kind of how we do things. But that's not how I do things. I'm my own person. You know what I mean? And I'm just telling you guys my honest opinion. The decks are good. The box is really good. It's just, it's not amazing enough that I could say, yes, you have to invest into it. I'm not going to tell you that here today. But I personally will invest into it, so don't worry. I will be giving you some new deck builds and new stuff here on streams and stuff. So don't worry. I will be going into this box, but you guys do not have to. So I hope you guys do appreciate that honesty. This is 2 boxes in a row that I've said not to actually have to go into unless you're in a certain situation. Otherwise, you can go ahead and skip it. So there you go. How are the best 2 meta decks garbage, though? What's that, the official? Oh, somebody else is saying that. All right. So, anyways, guys, I thank you all so much for being here. We had over 200 people yet again for a live stream. I'm hoping we could keep pulling in those numbers because that makes me feel really happy to know that you guys are loving the stream, that you guys are here, you're participating, you're chatting it up, you guys are having a good time with each other, having a good time with me. We went through the full box review, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you guys are in the big old world. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, become an Impact player today. As always, we're closing in on that 9K mark, trying to get to 10K before the end of the year. And go ahead and join our Discord in the description below. Talk about Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, whatever other favorite anime you guys may have or games that you play. Chat it up in there as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I hope you guys all like the video too as always. And for those that are watching live or watching this later, comment below what you guys think about the box and how you like the review. Until then, peace.